Hello, everyone. Welcome to NeoEnglish, your daily podcast to help you speak better English fast. Today, we have a very important news story to talk about, something happening right now in the world.
Yes. Today's topic is about peace talks for Ukraine, and why leaders like Trump and Putin are important for big changes, or what we call a breakthrough. But don't worry, we'll explain everything in simple English.
So, let's start with the news. Marco Rubio, a US senator, said the only way to have a breakthrough in the situation between Ukraine and Russia is if Donald Trump, who was the US president before, and Vladimir Putin, the president of Russia, talk to each other directly.
That's right. There were supposed to be talks in Istanbul, Turkey. Delegations from 4 countries, Turkey, the US, Ukraine, and Russia, were going to meet face to face. This is the first time since 2022 that Ukraine and Russia would talk directly.
Let's slow down a bit and explain some words. The first word is delegation. A delegation is a group of people sent by a country to talk or negotiate. For example, if there is a meeting between Japan and Korea, both countries send delegations. Or, in sports, the Olympic delegation is the group of athletes from one country.
Good example. The next phrase is breakthrough. This means a big, important change or progress in something difficult. For example, if you are trying to solve a hard puzzle for hours, but suddenly you solve it, you have a breakthrough. Or, scientists working to find a cure for a disease can have a breakthrough when they make a big discovery.
Yes. Now, let's explain face-to-face. This means meeting in person, not just on the phone or video call. For example, if you have an interview with someone in the same room, that's face-to-face. Or, if you ask your teacher questions after class, you talk face-to-face.
Great. So, the story is, countries are trying to help Ukraine and Russia find peace. They planned a meeting in Istanbul, with delegations from Turkey, the US, Ukraine, and Russia. Istanbul is a city in Turkey, and many important talks happen there.
But Marco Rubio, the US senator, believes the only way to make real progress, or a breakthrough, is for Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin to talk directly. He thinks their direct conversation could change the situation.
And just to be clear, when someone says breakthrough, it's a positive thing. It means you can finally move forward after having problems or difficulty.
Exactly. Let's use the word breakthrough in 2 more simple sentences. The peace talks led to a breakthrough in the war. Or, she had a breakthrough in learning English after listening to NeoEnglish every day.
Perfect. Now, let's talk a bit more about the background. Since 2022, Ukraine and Russia have had a conflict, a serious fight, mostly about land and politics. Many countries, like the US and Turkey, want to help make peace.
Every time these countries meet, it's called peace talks. Peace means no war, and talks means conversation. So, peace talks means talking to stop the war. For example, the leaders started peace talks after many months of fighting. Or, peace talks can take a long time but are very important.
If you want to use delegation in your own sentence, you can say, China sent a delegation to the United Nations. Or, the school sent a delegation of students to the English competition.
Now, Sonia, let's repeat those important words and phrases: delegation, breakthrough, face-to-face, and peace talks.
Yes. Delegation means a group sent to talk or negotiate. Breakthrough means big, important progress. Face-to-face means meeting in person. Peace talks are conversations to end fighting.
And let's recap today's story using the new words. Ukraine, Russia, Turkey, and the US were going to have face-to-face peace talks in Istanbul. But Senator Rubio thinks a real breakthrough will happen only if Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin talk directly, not just delegations.
For example, the US delegation met face-to-face with the Russian delegation for peace talks. Everyone hopes there will be a breakthrough.
Learning English this way helps you understand global news and use new words in your own conversations.
If you want to keep learning about news in simple English and improve your speaking every day, don't forget to subscribe to NeoEnglish.
See you next time for more easy English and big world news. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.